recording now. Hello, everybody. This is Sri from BizBuzz, sponsored by My Work Belt. I have a great guest here today, Minesh Baxi. Minesh Baxi he's been a business coach for over 20 years. He is a business coach, author, and speaker. I have attended so many events and so many speaking events by Minesh Baxi. He has been a very passionate for helping small businesses. All his books almost 10 books that he wrote, they are all talk about various concepts in helping small businesses. He's been mentoring, coaching, and helping many small businesses, numerous small businesses that I can't even count of, to grow and to survive and to thrive. Minesh Baxi, I am so excited. Welcome to have you on this show. Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Sri. And actually, I do need to give an update. Its number is 12 books now. So
12 books now. Wow.
But that number will keep growing because I like writing books, publishing books. And for me, it's not a big deal because it's information from my experience, from my observations that I can provide. And every day is something new that I learn, and hence it makes it easier. And there are different
one of the book that you wrote caught my attention always. Of all the books you wrote is Stop Hiring Losers. That's in a way a little bit of a harsh statement, but at the same time, that kind of what do you call mother's tough love for small business that you're expressing through that book. Pretty impressive on that.
Well, thank you very much. And the reason was I was the loser. What do I mean by that? I have a bachelor's, master's in engineering, and yet I struggled as a computer programmer for 12 years. And eventually I gave up that profession. I was, whether you want to say my contract was not renewed, I was fired, whichever way you want to look at it. And you understand from your own IT experience.
Indeed.
And the case was very simple for me. I realized that my strengths and talents were different from what were required, specifically as a programmer sitting at a desk, programming, quality control in terms of writing the code, checking the code and everything else, because that's just normal. My skills are more in verbal arena. My skills are more about intellectual concepts, and hence it's easier for me to communicate those, teach, train, and coach people, which is the area that I like to be. And that's really the focus for the last 20 plus years for me, is to how can I take information either from my experience or observations to people who may not have the understanding yet in a way that it is simple for them to grasp and apply in their businesses.
Not only many people, I mean, you helped me immensely when I started my business and I had no clue how to run the business and what is exactly the business means. Although I've been a technician turned a business owner 15 years ago, your guidance is the one helped me a lot. And I've seen you guided many people along the way. And I've been very, very impressive with the amount of work that you have done. And passion that you have demonstrated through the course of life for small businesses. So that begs me a question for you is, what is that drives you to help small businesses this way? What's your passion? What's the reason for this passion?
Well, thank you for sharing that. And what happens is I have seen over and over and over, small business owners have a dream to own something of their own. An entrepreneur is maybe another way of saying that, somebody who takes a risk. But the most important part for me is a business owner is really keen to provide a great value product or service in the marketplace. And they feel that what they have to offer can be helping a lot of people's lives.
Indeed.
Because they have that feeling, they really want to pursue it, except there is no course for it, right? So as you want to become a doctor, there is a prescribed progress course, course that is available. You want to be an engineer, and there is no course for an entrepreneur or a small business owner that I'm aware of. And the reason is very simple. It's like entrepreneurs like to take risk. Entrepreneurs like to learn on their own. But at the same time, the challenge is because you're trying to learn on your own, you also have to realize that your path is more and more individual. And hence, the struggles are going to be very individual. Everybody's at a different place where they start. And the marketplace typically always laughs at the small business owner who is starting out. But you take Thomas Alva Edison, who had taken 1,000 tries to figure out the bulb, or you find any business owner who starts out, who has the desire, most people will laugh at the person and say, hey, you know what? You can't do it. We don't believe in you. Who are you? You don't have any background. And the business owner has to struggle with their own insecurities, which I have a lot of them myself. And the business owner sees that there is a need, but how do I bridge the gap?
So taking all that into taking all that into an account, what do you want to suggest? Give me 2, if not 3 suggestions to a small business owner to stay afloat and thrive in this challenging environment. It's a business environment market is a dynamic. So you cannot say that today is not a challenge to run a small business. So with your 20 years of experience in business coaching, give me 2 or 3 advices to a small business owner, what they can do to strive and thrive in this market.
So thank you. The first part, which I want every business owner to understand, whether you're starting from scratch as one person or you have more than one person on your team, is your income depends on only one thing, is how many people see your offer. There is nothing else. Anytime your offer is seen by a number of people, somebody is going to interact with it and say, I want it. As long as obviously we assume that the offer has been validated, there is a need in the marketplace for what you provide, the packaging and the pricing fits what you offer. So then the main question for most business owners is, are you focused every day to look at your day and look at it and saying, okay, how many people did I present my offer to? The answer is a lot, then you will make more money. If the answer is very few, then you'll not make a lot of money. So at every single stage in your business, you and I should be asking, am I focused on making offers to the people who can potentially buy or refer me? And if that's the case, you have a good business understanding. Unfortunately, as a technician, as you know, it's easier to focus on what you like to do, which is typically doing what you like, which may be speaking, training, coaching, but not focusing on, okay, who should see my offer? And if that is the case, then, you and I know that if enough people see it, so we need an offer. The biggest thing which I've learned, and I've talked to you about it enough times, is the book called $100 Million Offers. $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozy says one simple thing. It's like, without the offer, there is no business. And I agree with him totally. So the number one thing which I would tell every business owner is, do you have a compelling, irresistible offer? And the second thing is, how many people are you putting it in front of every single day? Because if those 2 things are there, you have a business which will thrive. If you don't have those 2 things in place, you won't thrive. And the bottom line, which I want to tell everybody, is your offer 9 times out of 10, maybe 99 times out of 100 is not irresistible. You think it is irresistible, but in the marketplace, it's not irresistible. And then you're not talking to enough people is the second part.
Okay, great. So those 2 are great advices and great observations to bring the business into the door, right? Now you come up with a great offer, that's irresistible offer, and then you present it to 1,000 people, and that led to having 10 people raise their hands and 8 people willing to pay $1 to take your service, right? Now that means the prospect is willing to become a customer. But then what do you suggest to the small business owner once the business came in the door? What do they do now? I mean, everybody can obviously say, yeah, deliver it what you committed for, right? But that's not enough. So I want to hear from your perspective.
Well, here is the part that you and I have to remember, is the word of mouth is more important than any other form of marketing.
Sure.
Okay? And when people say word of mouth, they don't really understand word of mouth to the degree that they need to. Same here with me, I can improve upon it. You have to provide so much value that the person's mind is blown. They're
Right.
like, I cannot believe I got so much value.
Right.
And the moment you promise something and you provide exceptional, like super exceptional value,
Mm-hmm.
people are bound to start talking about you
Right.
because you have separated yourself from the marketplace. You're not like the average, everybody else's business. And because you have gone out of the way, you have become somebody that they will remember for that experience, for the service you provided. Unfortunately, most businesses don't have that as a focus. Most businesses are just trying to do what everybody else does, and
Mm-hmm.
hence nobody remembers the value they provide.
I understand.
So there have to be two components to it. The first is the product or the service you actually provide. So if I sell shoes, my shoes have to be good shoes, right? But
Mm-hmm.
also
Yeah.
the experience of buying and interacting with a company which is selling shoes
Mm-hmm.
is another reason for doing that. Like Amazon has removed so much friction from buying
Yeah.
that if I need something, and because if I have Prime membership, I just go online and buy it at the moment I feel like it, instead of what it used to be. I have to plan, go to a store, check out the information, see if I like it, then maybe not, go to another store and do it. So that has been removed so much in terms of the friction of buying, that the
Mm-hmm.
experience of buying makes it so simple for somebody in Amazon's customer experience.
Understand. Great. Thank you very much. So that leads me to the next question is for the new and young entrepreneurs are coming into the market. Give me two tips, just two tips, what they should be paying attention to so that they won't fall flat and break their nose.
Yeah, the first thing, which is to be humble enough to say, somebody has been on this road before. Okay. It's only arrogant or highly insecure, both sides of the situation, feel that there is nobody who can help them.
Gotcha.
Everybody should have some version of a business coach. So
Right.
recently, as you know, my daughter is going to be speaking on a TEDx stage next month in
Mm-hmm.
Colorado, and we wanted that to be a reality for her.
Yeah.
So we hired a coach who has been on TEDx stage, who
Sure.
has coached other people. So the
Right.
first thing to do is find somebody who has enough knowledge in the area that you're looking for to provide you the guidance you need, almost like a GPS, so
Mm-hmm.
that you don't feel lost, because most businesses will not work. Most businesses will fail. And the number one reason is always going to be they really had no clarity. They really
Yeah.
didn't. And that's why the destination is not clear. Their process of getting there is not clear, and they fumble, they feel lost, they take
Right.
too long, they waste too much time and money and everything else. So that's the first thing. Find somebody who can be your mentor, number one. Number two, be a good student,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you
Yes.
cannot take the coaching, which may be not what you are looking for at that moment, you might be like, oh, I thought this is the way to do it. But if
Right.
your mentor has already seen things before, they're already telling you. Like, I'll
Mm-hmm.
give you one simple example, and I think this applies to you in your business as well.
True.
Most people who are starting out trying to get clients, I would say, hey, go do 100 podcast interviews with the right people in 100
Right.
days. You do that, you'll start seeing attraction in your business, because now
Indeed.
there are enough people who are developing awareness about who you are, and you're
Right.
building relationships, promoting yourself.
Correct.
It may not sound like this is what I should be doing, but
Mm-hmm.
trust me, if you did it, it will work.
It does. It does. It does. Thank you very much. That's a great advice. So um, find a coach because somebody's already done before you, and they can teach you before even you experience on your own. And second one is be a good listener and a good student, humble enough to take what a coach is giving you because they have already done and been there, done that. So you can take it from that and you can accelerate your business to the next level. Thank you very much, Minesh. Those are great advices, and it's always pleasure to learn from you. And there's always a overwhelming value that you bring to the table, as you suggested. And hence is the reason in my work belt, we took the high priority of coaching the software, and in addition to that, coaching the business owners on their business, how to apply the technology on their business. These are the two key components that we are offering along with the software. But there are numerous companies, they just provide the software, but very few really willing to take the hold the hand of the customer and walk them through and help them to be comfortable and learn and apply the technology that they are offering. Again, thank you very much for being on the show. I really enjoyed talking to you, greatly appreciate sharing your knowledge and experience with the audience. And I hope audience have taken away great stuff today.
Thanks for the opportunity, Sri. As you know, I love spending time with you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Minesh.